If you have any questions regarding that, I can help you with that. And also, if you have a business already and you have some questions, I'm here to help you with that. This is Miss Jackson with Jackson and You Tax Service. I have over 20 plus years of experience. So I'm here to give out free information. If you're needing information regarding your business, okay? The stimulus package. I already had customers calling me today about this. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And as you know, I want to know how you guys are doing. How's everybody doing in this shut in and shut down? Okay. So kind of let me know everybody's okay. Just say, hey, I'm okay. Be praying for you. You pray for me. It is just something we have to go through, but just remember, I call this the reset time. You actually going to have opportunity to kind of reset your life. And as you know, the virus is yet flourishing, and so that means that we're yet praying. Okay? So let's all continue to pray. And as I mentioned before, we know that they were trying to pass a stimulus package to keep the economy going and kind of stimulate it while we're in it, and then you'll hopefully see the big effect after we come out of the virus situation. Okay? All right. So I didn't have any questions. I had put up a post. Nobody sent any questions. So if you have questions today, just leave me a question in the comment section, and we'll be able to answer your questions. Okay. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay. All right. So, stimulus package. Okay. I don't even know if you guys can see me. I don't have anybody on here as of yet. There we go. Now it just popped up. So, I don't know. Facebook is really doing something. And then we have to understand Facebook was not prepared for this big influx of usage. So we're actually going to be trying to make sure that you guys can see me, and we're just going to be on for about 15 minutes because yesterday it kicked me off at 16 minutes and it didn't give me an option to actually continue. It gave me an option to finish. So that's the deal. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk for about 15 minutes and we're going to get off. But as I mentioned before, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I can see them and I'll be able to answer them. Any questions regarding taxes, personal or business. Hello, Miss Candace. Personal or business. Business consulting, if you want to form a business, start a business. If you have a business that you already started, you have some questions, I can help you with that also. Also, church compliance, I assist you in that area also. But we're going to talk about stimulus packet that they're passing through as I speak right now. They are finalizing all the the final touches they're actually doing. Hello, Mr. White, Elder White. I'm sorry. Okay. So one of the things that they are doing for individuals, they are actually passing a packet that includes individuals that actually earned income, guys. Sorry. It's everybody that earned income, okay, and doing a tax return. Thus far, that's the information we're getting, because it's based on your tax return information, okay? So just remember that if somebody say, hey, I'm getting this money, you have to ask them, are you doing a tax return? Just like the last stimulus that they had. I believe it was in 2009, 2008, somewhere in there, they did the stimulus, and you had to be working in order to get the stimulus, okay? No matter when you did your taxes, if you're late doing your taxes, you'll still have the opportunity to get the stimulus, whether you do your taxes on time or whether you're late doing your taxes, okay? So this stimulus is based on your income, okay? Now it goes to U.S. residents, okay? It will be up to $1,200 for individuals, okay, on the tax return. As I was speaking on yesterday, I talked about the filing status: single, married filing joint, married filing separate, head of the household, okay? So on those tax returns, you have adults. Singles, you have one. Married filing joint, you have 2 adults. Head of the household, you have 1 adult. Married filing separate, you have 1 adult. Hello, Mr. Turner. So this stimulus will be based on your tax return, how many adults are on the return, how many children is on the return. Hello, Sister Fields. Thank you for joining. Hello, Elder Robinson. Thank you for joining. So, as I was mentioning before, this stimulus package will be based on your income, and it will be according to the number of people on your tax return, number 1. If you have 2 adults, remember 2 adults will get the $1,200 each, okay? But then it's also going to be based on your income. I'm going to go get to that. And then for the additional per child, it will be $500, okay? So the first thing, you have to look at your tax return and how many people on your tax return, okay? This is how they're going to track it. Treasury will be issuing these checks. As before, it'll look just like a income tax check. And so thank you, Elder Corey. God bless you too. So just remember the number of adults on the tax return, the number of children on the tax return. $1,200 for each adult. Only 2 adults can be on a tax return. Don't think 3 or 4 adults can be on there, because it can't. Some people can get creative, ask some kinds of questions, but 2 adults is the max that can be on a tax return, okay, as the filer, okay, to be filing their tax return, okay. 2 adults. Married filing separate is 1 adult. Single is 1 adult. Head of household is 1 adult. Married filing joint is 2 adults, guys, okay? I just thought about that. How creative some of these people become when it comes to money and getting money. So, 2 adults, $1,200 each, okay? So that's what, $2,400 in stimulus right there. Let's say you have 2 children. That's $500 each, okay? So that's another $1,000. So that household can get up to $3,400 in this stimulus. No, yeah, that's right. $3,400 in this stimulus if, wait a minute, because there is another phase out for income. Okay, let me tell you about that. Okay, you can make adjusted gross income up to $75,000. Okay, married filing couples can make up to $150,000. Okay, so you can make that and still get this stimulus packet, okay? Now, you cannot make more than, as a single filer, you cannot make more than $99,000, okay? Head of the household with 1 child or more, you could make up to $146,500 and still get the stimulus packet, okay? And for married filing joint, you can make up to $198,000 and with no children, you can actually still get this stimulus packet, okay? Now, I know that was a little confusing on the amounts, okay? Let me go back again. You can make a adjusted gross income of $75,000 or $150,000 for married couples. Okay, what is adjusted gross income? Okay, I'm going to, this is your 1040. If you have a 1040, you can actually go on there, which is kind of backwards here. But it's a basic 1040, okay? And if you pull up go to irs.gov, irs.gov as in Victor, okay? You can go there and pull up, just put in 1040 and pull up the form, okay? So, and if you look at line 8, hello, Miss Spencer. If you look at line 8, the number 8 and the letter the letter B. So it'll be line 8B. That will be your adjusted gross income. Adjusted gross income is just all of your income included before you take your standard or itemized deductions. Okay, so it's your total income with no deduction. So if you just have a W-2, your adjusted gross income gonna be your gross amount in that box 1. Okay. But if you are married, filing joint, you need to add, and your spouse has only one W-2, no other income, no INTs, no DIVs, no Social Security. You can add both of those box 1s together. That will be your adjusted gross income, okay? So, some of the other incomes that would be included in your adjusted gross income, like I say, interest from the bank, dividends from any stocks or mutual funds or anything like that, pension. If you have some pension, you got to include your pension, and Social Security is considered as income. Capital gains and loss, Schedule D, which is your stocks, and hello, Ms. Hill. So that is your adjusted gross income, which goes on line 8B as in boy, okay? Now, as I mentioned before, your adjusted gross income has to be $75,000 or less for single, and for married, filing joint, it has to be less than $150,000 married couples, okay? How much would you be receiving is $1,200 for each adult, so that's $2,400 for married, filing joint. And then they give you $500 additional stimulus funds for each child on the return. And remember, you can only get this if you working and you doing a tax return. So if you haven't been doing your tax returns, it's a good time to start doing your tax returns right now. Okay, so just remember that this is not fully completed as of yet. They are finishing up hopefully today, and that I'm not exactly sure what date they're going to start mailing this out, but just words of wisdom. Just remember that if this is extra money that you're getting, find a way to use it as an investment or savings or emergency fund. Don't just go spend it willy-nilly, okay? It's a purpose in them doing this is to stimulate the economy. They want you to go out and spend it on just stuff, frivolous stuff, because it's gonna boost the economy, it's gonna help. But you be wise about it and use this money wisely, okay? Do anybody have any questions whatsoever? That is the stimulus package that they're going to be giving, and it's going to be going to be based on your adjusted gross income, and it is $2.15. I'm going to be on here 15 minutes. If you don't have any questions at all, we're going to say bye until probably Monday, unless something come up that I want to tell you guys about. I'm going to come back on here on Monday at 2:00 p.m. If you have questions, you can inbox me on Facebook, and I'll make sure we address those questions. If I need to come on Friday, we can do that. But just remember, I'll be back on Monday, 2 o'clock. If nobody have any questions right now, if you have a question, put it in. I'm gonna give you a minute. Good advice, invest the money. That is correct, Elder Corey. That is so correct. Invest the money. And I got this letter from IRS. I'm looking at a note from my client, so I'm gonna have to see what they're talking about. They got a letter from the IRS, so I'm gonna have to call them and see what they're talking about. But as I said, if you have no questions about this stimulus packet that I just explained, if you came in late, just go back and listen to the replay, and they kind of detail out how they're going to be giving out the stimulus, and the income is based on the income and how much it will be per person. So, all right, thank you guys for watching. See you on Monday, 2 o'clock p.m. Be blessed.